I'm going to do a short video on the different undercoatings we use on the underside of vehicles. We call it oil undercoating. It kind of is an oil undercoating. It's more of a wax-like substance. Fluid Film is the one brand. They make it in a black and what they call a straw color. And Wool Wax is another brand. It comes in a tan beige color similar to this. This is your classic wheel bearing grease. That shows you the consistency of how tacky that stuff is. And Fluid Film is a little bit thinner than a classic wheel bearing grease. It's about like household shampoo and conditioner, so on and so forth. That's just available in black. A lot of people like that when they're frame rails because it's black and you can't actually see it show up like it was. Put it on, just looks kind of shiny. The other color is what's called straw. Straw is the same thing. It is about equivalent to household shampoo. These products, Fluid Film, they do have a smell to them, kind of, that will last a week or so until it goes away. It's a mild smell. They're thin. They're thinner than your Wool Wax brand. These, if you already have existing rust, this will get into the rust, into the pores. It will flow a little bit, but it won't flow too much that it will actually start dripping off the vehicle. That's the good thing about it. It actually never goes all the way dry. It's always going to be like a slight tackiness to it under the underside of the car. It makes a protective layer. It helps things stop from rusting. It'll work itself into rust and so on and so forth. Wool Wax is what we kind of use on a newer vehicle that doesn't have a whole lot of rust yet. Wool Wax is a little bit more, almost like a Vaseline style consistency rather than shampoo. And it almost has like a dryness to it when it sort of starts to set up over time. And it's great because it's super clean. It works excellent on brand new vehicles and newer frame rails that don't have a lot of rust on them yet. It won't flow into the crevices like this stuff will. And it looks nice when it's on. It kind of dries in one aspect and looks pretty good. This is conventional transmission fluid that a lot of guys use. And over here we put some engine oil on there to show you that. When the guys say they oil undercoat vehicles, this is what they used to use. Engine oil that just came out of a jug up here, and it came out of this transmission fluid container. That's all that it is. So when a lot of guys will advertise, yeah, we'll oil undercoat your car for 80 bucks, you're getting that. That's good because it will actually be the same thing as waxing the outside of your car, but it only lasts a very short amount of time. So if you were to do this every year, it would probably last you through the winter and be all right. But the good protectants are Wool Wax and Fluid Film. It just depends. So when I call you and say, hey, do you want black or do you want straw colored? It really makes no difference other than personal preference, so on and so forth. I'm just doing a video to show you the consistencies of it, what it looks like. Again, this is wheel bearing grease. Thick stuff, we don't actually use that, just trying to show you what it looks like. And these are not a paint. They're not going to be a latex based or anything. They're not going to harden. I highly don't recommend you use any rubberized undercoating or paint on the frame of your cars. It traps moisture behind it and then stuff starts flaking off like crazy, and it's a nightmare. It gets salt in behind the rubberized undercoating and it eats away at stuff from the inside out. All good products. Wool Wax is great. Fluid Film is great. And that's all I had to say. I'm going to pull a vehicle in here and show you what it looks like 1 year afterwards and show you what it looks like the day we put it on and some of the prep work that's involved.